If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and don't forget to like and comment. Today's first story, my F28 husband's M30 older brother M35 confessed that he's in love with me. What the hell do I do? This happened last week. I'm still shocked and have no idea what to do with this information. A little backstory, my husband and I have been friends since I was in middle school, so we've known each other and each other's families forever. We started dating after college and got married 2 years ago. Let's call my husband Greg and his older brother Michael. I've obviously known Michael just as long as I've known Greg, but in that vague peripheral way you know a friend's older brother. He was already well into college by the time I met and started hanging out with Greg, so until we got married, I hadn't had a lot of contact with him except for holidays when everyone was home. Michael and his wife, let's call her Stephanie, have been separated for over a year and are in the process of getting divorced. He primarily cares for their 6-year-old son. Stephanie moved out of state. Michael is a nurse physician and has been insanely busy since COVID started, especially since their son's daycare is still closed. Since I'm able to work remotely, I've stepped in to help out with babysitting. As a result, I've had more interaction with Michael, but still, it's not much. Just him getting home exhausted from work, saying thanks, me saying some version of no worries, happy to spend time with my nephew. And then I leave. Nothing romantic, no ulterior motives, nothing weird. Then, last week, as I was gathering up my laptop and stuff getting ready to go home, Michael said, "Hey, I really need to talk to you about something that's been bugging me." I honestly thought it was going to be that I had done something wrong in caring for his son, letting him do/eat something he wasn't supposed to or something like that. But then, he essentially told me that he's been in love with me for years and that his feelings toward me were a contributing factor in him leaving Stephanie and seeing me with his son, and coming home to me every night has been wonderful. He then said, "I understand you're with Greg, but I had to tell you how I feel." I sort of blacked out from shock, mumbled something about needing to get home, and left. I can't stress enough how little one-on-one contact Michael and I have had. Like, I don't think I've ever even hugged him. If you added up all the words we've ever spoken to each other, it might comprise a 30-minute conversation. He's almost like a father/teacher figure to me. I certainly don't feel the same way about him, and am blown away that not only is he apparently in love with me, but I was a contributing factor in his divorce. Which means Stephanie knows how he feels. Because I know some problematic people will ask, no, I have never led him on, worn anything even remotely revealing in front of him, texted him about anything other than shortcut logistics, or spent more than 10 minutes alone with him. I'm honestly more confused than anything because, from my perspective, he knows nothing about me, like we barely talk. How the hell can he think he's in love with me? I've avoided him entirely since it happened, saying I had a bunch of meetings and couldn't babysit last week, which I feel really guilty about because I love spending time with my nephew. I haven't told anyone else, especially my husband. Please help, this is so far above my pay grade, and probably above Reddit's as well, but have no idea what to do. I don't want to cause a weird rift between brothers, or not be able to see my nephew anymore. Any advice is welcome. Thanks. TLDR, my husband's older brother confessed he's been in love with me for years and his feelings for me were the cause of his divorce. PLS help. The best comment for this story. Tell your husband what's going on and explain that's why you've been dodging his brother. Bill may think he's in love, but most likely is using what he thinks he knows about you as an ideal to hold up for his failed marriage. That's the end of first story. If you guys not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Let's start the second one. How do I, 25F, break up with my boyfriend, M30, when he won't answer the phone? It was my boyfriend's 30th birthday yesterday, and it did not go as planned. In the week leading up to yesterday, I asked him if he had any plans for his day, and he said no. Therefore, I made a reservation at a pretty nice steakhouse in the area. I confirmed with him that I made the reservations for 8 and that I would pick him up on Friday at 7:30. On Monday, as my gift to him, I spent about $200 on a custom tracksuit. He claimed to be so excited to wear it to dinner on Friday. On Wednesday, we hit a bit of a snag as he claimed that he needed an extra $200 to cover a bill that he came up short on. It kind of upset me because he knew about the bill ahead of time yet waited till the day before it was due to ask me to help. I brushed it off though and sent him the money as his second birthday gift. On Thursday night we texted till about midnight, but he fell asleep soon after. I texted him happy birthday Friday morning and got no response. Around noon I asked him how his day was going, no response. At 4 p.m. I was like, hey, I haven't heard from you all day, so I'm unsure if we are still on for tonight. I need to know because I need to confirm with the restaurant. No response. I end up cancelling the reservation. A little bit later I end up on Instagram and I happen to see a flyer detailing a hotel kickback/party for my boyfriend's birthday. My boyfriend never mentioned this party to me, and since he's not very fond of surprises, I have a hard time believing he was not involved in planning it. Furthermore, my intuition is telling me that the $200 might have gone towards getting the hotel room. Around 8:40 p.m., 20 minutes before the hotel party, he finally answers me and says sorry, I've been asleep all day. I tell him that I don't believe him and that I know about the party tonight. I was feeling kind of petty, so I also said, if you didn't want to spend your birthday with me, that's all you had to say. This is not the first time he stood me up like this. In fact, his birthday last year went similarly to this. I'm not so much mad that he made other plans for his birthday, it's more the fact that he knew that I made this reservation, and instead of just telling me he wanted to do something else, he just didn't answer and omitted even telling or inviting me to this party. This was especially hurtful because I just cried to him about how him not following through with what he tells me he's going to do hurts my feelings and reduces my trust in him. I think this is the last straw for me, but I can't get through to him to even break up. My texts and calls have again gone unanswered all day, and I'm at a loss for what to do. I've contemplated just sending a text, but it doesn't feel quite right to break up with him after 1.5 years together in such a one-sided way. Any advice? Also, am I justified in this being a deal breaker, even though it was his birthday? The best comment for this story. Also, am I justified in this being a deal breaker, even though it was his birthday? If nothing else tells you that you need to break up, it is this question. This dude has your reality so messed up that you are actually asking if a guy who borrowed money from you for a party he didn't want you to go to while blowing you off for reservations you made for him should be broken up with. People are allowed to do whatever they want on their birthdays, but this was god level a whole behavior. Don't even talk to him again. That will be your way of saying the relationship is over.